date and posted time for the next meeting of the Cleveland County Board of Commissioners. This time I'll call the meeting to order. Madam Clerk, do we have a quorum?
Yes, sir, we have a quorum.
Next, I'll recognize Commissioner Hutchins, who's going to give tonight's invocation and lead us in the pledge of allegiance. John?
Would everyone stand? Pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Bow our heads, please. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you and ask you for wisdom and knowledge. We ask you to support our troops in the Mideast, dear Heavenly Father. We ask you to keep your hands upon the law enforcement, the EMS, and our county, especially with a couple of events that went on this month. We ask you to give us knowledge and wisdom that we may conduct this meeting in your name. And all believers say, Amen.
Thank you, Johnny. Next, recognize any elected officials who might be present. Hey, Randy.
Emily says, town hall staff.
Emily. Next, recognize any veterans present.
Start in the back, identify yourself and the rank of service.
Andy Yoder, U.S. Army. Robert Leary, U.S. Army. Chris McClellan, U.S. Army. 2 years.
Was she in service?
No.
Okay. Jason.
Jason Pauls, United States Air Force.
Dick Cotton, United States Navy.
Johnny Hudson, U.S. Army. We've got the county pin for veterans. All of us have one.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
It protects your service.
Next, we'll recognize law enforcement present.
Next, Alfred County Sheriff's Office.
Virginia Road, Cleveland County Sheriff's Office.
And we'll recognize any county department heads.
Phil Stephan, Finance. Francesca Rodriguez, Human Resources. Logan Roberts, Staff Attorney.
Jimmy Hansen, Health and Human Services. Rebecca Johnson, Social Services.
Jason Pauls, Public Relations. Jamie Bridges, Soil and Water Conservation.
Jenna Molinax, Animal Services. Sherry Lander, Tax Department.
Greg Trawick, Cooperative Extension.
Thank you all. So tonight we had posted at the last meeting our agenda at the last meeting, a public hearing to be held for Project Maple Believe and also planning case 16-02, which was a request to rezone several parcels off of Jim Patterson Road from general business to conditional use. So both of those have been withdrawn. Applications have been withdrawn at this time. And if they come back up at the appropriate time, they'll be recalendared for future public hearings.
Did you speak into the microphone? Thank you.
Next will be a motion to adopt the proposed agenda.
Yes, I would like to make a motion to amend the agenda to include an informational report from our Animal Services Director, Jenna Molinax.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? So if the board's okay, we'll put that under the regular agenda. So with the amended, with the amended agenda, it's all in favor, will say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. First item on the agenda is presentations. This time I recognize Will Mabry from the Cleveland Vocational Industrials.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I want to thank all of you for having me this evening. I want to take the opportunity to maybe answer any questions that you might have about Cleveland Vocational, and also to give you some more information so you'll have the opportunity and the information you need to make decisions concerning our organization. Also want to thank board members from, if you don't mind, stand up, please. Rodney, Dave Pardusky, Burl Harris, Derek Fox, and Vicki. Thank you all for being here this evening. I appreciate your support. For those of you that are not that familiar, brief history, Cleveland Vocational was formed and incorporated in 1984 by a planning group consisting of concerned parents, professionals from Cleveland County Mental Health, Shelby City Schools, local clergy, and business leaders. They opened their doors 41 years ago on March 6, 1985 in a temporary facility on Double Shoals Road, serving 10 individuals. We moved into our 60,000 square foot facility on North Post Road in the fall of 1999, where we are now. Our mission is to provide training and employment opportunities for adults with barriers to employment. We serve adults with intellectual developmental disabilities living in Cleveland County. Disabilities such as autism, Down syndrome, traumatic brain injury, birth injury, cerebral palsy, and other neurological or muscular disabilities. Studies show that approximately 3 to 5% of 100,000 residents have some type of intellectual or cognitive disability. Some go undiagnosed for years, and I'm certain that everyone here knows someone with some kind of developmental disability. Therefore, with a population of a little over 100,000, there's 3 to 5,000 people in Cleveland County with some kind of developmental disability. We presently have a staff of approximately 45 full-time and about 15 part-time dedicated and caring individuals, supporting and working with over 70 clients or training associates, as we call them. Their ages range from age 21 to 85. Could I play that? It's a brief video that gives you a little better picture of who we are.
In addition to our development and training programs, we provide real paid work opportunities for our associates within our facility and out in the community.
Please locate the community have benefits our clients in a number of ways that allow us an opportunity to go out and shop and so we can get them ready for employment. Always be independent and of course make their own money. But there may be some barriers to employment to allow us to assess those clients, see what they can and can't do, and then work on those areas that need improvement to make them better employees if and when they become employed.
For more than 35 years, companies have successfully relied on Cleveland Vocational to deliver production work such as assembly, packaging, and labeling on schedule to meet or shape quality standards and to ensure that the product is completed to customer specifications. Associates work with and under the supervision of full-time staff without payment, both in the facility and out in the community. Sometimes a human answer is the best option when it comes to automating and storing various assembly items. It not only gives the associates various opportunities to enhance and build on their existing skill set, but gives them purpose when they leave an impact for the greater community. Our vocational rehabilitation department offers customized services geared for community placements that are vocationally oriented, using job sampling and training to develop employment skills. Services may include supported employment, community-based assessments, job coaching, and work enlistment training. In 2016, we opened a small restaurant, Allie's Cafe, that also serves as a training center for training associates to learn about and try different jobs in the restaurant industry. These are my people. I love working with them. They bring me joy. I love helping them and making a difference in their lives because they make a difference in mine.
Here at Cleveland Vocational Ministries, we believe that all people with developmental and intellectual disabilities should be defined by their strength, ability, and inherent value, not by their disability. We continually rely on community support, ongoing donations, and invite you to learn more about ways you can involve. If you or someone you know has experienced barriers to employment due to disability, you could benefit from what Cleveland Vocational Ministries has to offer. To learn more about the expanded opportunities or to make a donation, visit our website on ways you could leave a direct impact on someone's quality of life today.
Our programs and services help maximize the vocational, social, and personal potential based on the client's personal choice, while recognizing that for every individual, there's a right to experience life and take risks. We offer job training for adults interested in pursuing competitive minimum wage jobs, as well as long-term opportunities for those whose impairments preclude conventional employment, but who benefit from structure, dignity, and satisfaction of work. Most of our training associates choose to work doing light production jobs when available. They are proud of the paycheck they receive every other week. Some use the paycheck to pay living expenses. Some just use it to buy whatever they want. The value of Cleveland Vocation to our training associates and their families or guardians, this allows for families to have confidence that their family member is safe and comfortable in a loving and caring environment where they can be with their friends while learning valuable life lessons and socialization through working, recreating, and fellowshipping with their friends. This confidence allows the parent or guardian to live their life by working without worry. One thing that I wanted to impress upon you, the value of Cleveland Vocation to Cleveland County and the economic impact. A PhD from Western Carolina published a study in 2025 that stated that overall Cleveland Vocational contributes $4.49 million and supports 51 jobs to the Cleveland County economy, which is the value of the goods and services provided by CVI, our business partners, and other businesses that benefit from our operations. You all have a copy of that report in front of you. Our explanation for one of our challenges, our explanation for our request for some support from the county is our funding is about 80% from Medicaid. Medicaid services that we receive for the services that we provide. That is unreliable is about the best word I can come up with, and is not any hope really that we know of for any budgeting, increase in budgeting for increasing our rates. We have other sources of revenue, our cafe, which is mostly not a revenue producing, but it's a job training support area. And also we have some production where our clients are working, earning a living. We have contracts with 8 or 10 different local manufacturing, like you saw, rafters and walls, and also we have a vocational rehab office, and also we have contract with the county to manage the e-waste trailers that we pull from the landfill sites weekly and replace them. So those are our revenue streams. We have very little in reserve. We're hoping we manage our finances the best we can through cuts and grant funding, and we're also looking at cutting one of our biggest expenses, which is transportation. We own 12 vehicles. I have it broken down for you. We're spending $170-something thousand a year, and the expenses are broken down in front of you there. We pick up 50 to 60 folks. We go out in the morning anywhere from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock and pick up 50-something people and bring them to our facility, and we pick them up in the afternoon at 3 o'clock and take them home. That's about 10 vehicles worth of passenger vehicles, and that is an expense that we have no subsidy for at this time. So I am honored to work at this organization. It is, over my 40-something year career of working, this is by far the most meaningful. And we invite any of you and all of you to visit. Some of you have been there, some of you have been to our restaurant, but we'd love to have you in our facility. You walk through, you could not help but feel the love and the joy that you get from folks that have no filter. And they love to meet new people, and they deserve just anything and everything that we all have the opportunity to have. Do I have any questions?
Thank you, Will. Does the board have any questions? Comment?
I think just to comment, I think it's a very good group. I've been out there several times over the years, and I really enjoy going through because the people make you feel welcome when you go through.
Yeah.
Like the cafe too.
Well, there's always going to be a need for a place for people to feel wanted and feel a need and a chance to socialize and be around their friends. A lot of these folks have been going there for 20, 30 years, and this is their life, and it has made a huge difference in their lives too.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a comment, just quickly if I may. Will, you do a wonderful job and a wonderful service that you offer Cleveland County. And I would venture to say there's probably not anybody in this room that hasn't been touched by someone that has enjoyed the services that you guys offer. You mentioned the Alley's restaurant. You guys haven't been out there to eat. The food is wonderful, but you know, the most amazing thing is the service is wonderful. You get service out there like you don't get anywhere else in Cleveland County. And that's just amazing to me that you get that. And I've known the number of people that went through there. Will and I were talking some months back ago or so, I guess, and I had a very, very good friend named Todd Crowder. There's probably somebody in here that knows Todd. And one of the sweetest, best-hearted men I've ever known in my life. And y'all did so much to help that man, and he tried so hard to return it to the community. I'll finish it quickly because I know we got a lot of people here tonight. But back in those days, I was on the road some with the sheriff's office, and it would come around to Halloween. Todd would not let my wife sit at home by herself on Halloween night. Todd would be there, and he wouldn't leave. So you guys do very, very, very good service, and God bless you for what you do.
Thank you. Our staff should take all the credit. They're underpaid, and they love what they do.
I'd just like to echo what the other two have said. I've been to Alley Cafe, and I have been through the facility, and everybody needs to feel the self-worth and dignity, and you certainly changed lives, so we really appreciate you.
And I'm going to echo what they said. And especially the Alley's Cafe, I've been more than once. And it's just an amazing job you're doing, Will.
Better come before we have to raise prices.
Thank you for being here. Thank the board for attending as well. We'll continue to talk to you guys as we work through the budget process. Thank you, guys. Next, special recognition, American 250 Flag Challenge, Emily Sisk.
Thank you, Commissioners. back in the fall of 2024, this board established the county committee for the America 250 initiative. So I want to thank you for that. The committee has met monthly since then. I would like to recognize our chairman, Stan Lowry, and one of our county committee members, Amelia Poston. They're with us tonight. Were there any others? Okay. And we had the opportunity to celebrate, tonight we're celebrating all of the schools and all of the fourth grade students that participated in the County Flag Challenge. And the prompt that the students were given for this as a part of the America 250 initiative is they were asked to design their own county flag, taking into consideration what makes Cleveland County special and why they love living here. And we had a lot of submissions. The committee reviewed those submissions last month and picked the winners. At this time, we're going to celebrate those winners tonight. We're very excited to be able to do this. Phyllis is going to help me here. We would like to start with our third place tie. We had 3 third place winners. Lily McDaniel from Bethware Elementary. Lily, with your family and your teacher, if your teacher is, yeah, there you are. Wonderful. We would like to present you with a certificate. And on the screen, we have their flag, yes. So Lily's artwork is presented now for the tie for third place again. I've got Corey Doney from Bowling Springs Elementary. Was Corey able to make it tonight? No? But her teacher is here. If you want to stand, yeah. Her teacher, Carrie Day, is here from Bowling Springs Elementary. Congratulations. And the third place winner, it was a tie. The committee each made their selections, and those 3 were tied for third place, is Peyton Airy from Kaiser Elementary. Peyton, are you with us tonight? Yeah, come on up. Come on up. Parents, you can come to the aisle if you want to take pictures. You're welcome to stand up there with me. Yeah, or Our second place winner was Emma Owens from Bowling Springs Elementary. And Emma's artwork's on the screen. Emma, come up. Good job. And our first place winner is Anthony Palermo Jr. from Union Elementary. And his teacher is Miss Schuper. There you are. Yeah.
And parents, they did get gift cards, so don't let them not give them to you.
Thank you all. Congratulations to each one of you. Members, anybody else got anything?
Thank you to all the kids. I was around for the 200th anniversary of our country. I don't think I'll be for the 350, so, for the 300. So, 250 is really awesome.
All right, next I'll recognize Jamie Bridges for the Conservation Education Award.
Celebrate the 250th anniversary of my birthday.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
I did want to take a moment and recognize a couple of our Soil and Water Conservation District supervisors who are here this evening. So we have Madison Bridges here, and then also Randy McDaniel. He is the chairman of our district board. And I think those are the only two that are here tonight. But each year, the North Carolina Association of Soil and Water Conservation Districts recognize an outstanding environmental educator who has made significant contributions to conservation across our state. This year, that honor was awarded to Cleveland County Soil and Water Conservation environmental educator, Amanda Strickland. Over the past 4 years, Amanda has built an exceptional environmental education program, developing engaging curriculum-aligned presentations for students of all ages. She has expanded her impact through partnerships and programs such as Project Learning Tree, Project WET, Project Wild, Ag in the Classroom, and Project Explore with the North Carolina Arboretum. Amanda's work reaches far beyond the classroom. She has created a conservation series for homeschool students and provides educational opportunities for adults throughout the community. Through her efforts, she has reached over 5,000 individuals last year alone, sharing the importance of protecting our natural resources. For her dedication and impact, the Association of Soil and Water, at their annual meeting in January, named Amanda Strickland the North Carolina Soil and Water Conservation District Outstanding Environmental Educator of the Year. And we'd just like to recognize and congratulate
Great.
Amanda tonight for that. So.
Great job.
We have a proclamation for you. The Conservation Education Award. Whereas Cleveland County is proud to recognize individuals whose dedication, leadership, and service strengthen our community and promote responsible stewardship of our natural resources. And whereas Amanda Strickland, District Conservation Education Specialist, has demonstrated exceptional commitment to conservation education through her passion for teaching, community engagement, and outreach efforts that inspire citizens of all ages to better understand and protect our natural environment. And whereas through her work, Amanda has played an important role in promoting environmental awareness, agricultural sustainability, and natural resource conservation throughout Cleveland County and the surrounding region. And whereas Amanda has worked tirelessly to educate students, farmers, community members, and future leaders about the importance of protecting our land, water, and wildlife resources while encouraging responsible practices that will benefit generations to come. And whereas her dedication to conservation education was not only enriched with the lives that she teaches, but also strengthened partnerships within the community that support environmental stewardship and sustainable growth. And whereas in recognition of her outstanding leadership, commitment, and positive impact, Amanda has been honored with the Conservation Education Award, a distinction that highlights her exemplary service and meaningful contributions to conservation education. And whereas Cleveland County celebrates this achievement and expresses deep appreciation for Amanda's efforts to educate, inspire, and lead others in protecting the natural resources that are vital to the health, prosperity, and future of our community. Now therefore be it proclaimed that Cleveland County Board of Commissioners proudly congratulates Amanda Strickland on receiving the Conservation Educator Award and commends her for her dedication to conservation education, community service, and environmental stewardship, and extends their sincere appreciation for her work and wishes her continued success as she continues to make a lasting impact in Cleveland County and beyond. Adopted this the 17th of March, 2026. It was complete.
One more. Call me one more.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So Amanda, don't go far because you're next. So congratulations again. Next, I'll recognize Amanda Strickland for Creek Week 2026.
Thank you. Thank you for all of that, and thank you for this opportunity to share this with you as well. Little. I get a clipper. Okay, perfect. And I'll try and go through this as quick as possible. So I had a great idea to try and bring the community together. I heard about this through other counties were starting to do this, and so I had an idea to bring it here. We're going to do Cleveland County's first ever Creek Week. What is Creek Week? Well, Creek Week is a collaboration countywide focused on education, engagement, stewardship of our local waterways. After Helene hit, we got hit with a lot of problems in our waterways, and we want to bring a positive spin to one of our most important natural resources. And anybody and everybody in our community, we wanted to get involved. Why it matters, it helps support those environmental education programs that I talk about across all ages, from itty bitty up to the elderly can celebrate our creeks and waterways. We want to strengthen our partnership across the county, not just the county, but we're working with state organizations, we're working with federal organizations, we're working with our community. Anybody that wants to celebrate our creeks with us, we want to talk to you. And to promote our shared responsibility for our water quality is our responsibility. Every little bit we do has an effect on our future. So we picked a week. April 11th through the 18th is the week after the kids go back to school. The week before Earth Day. So it was kind of a jump off to celebrating Earth Day. We're going to celebrate our creeks. So activities will be held throughout the week at various locations across the county. We're reaching out to schools and educators, volunteers and community groups, local, county, and state agencies, conservation, and nonprofit organizations. These were just some activities that were thrown out there that we're going to be doing. So the calendar will go live soon, but April 11th through the 18th, the library will be doing escape rooms, water-themed escape rooms, that children and adults can sign up for those. The Lawndale Park event, we're working with the water company, and NRCS will be out there, the water department, the EMS will be there, the fire department will be there, Safe Kids will be there, Albemarle will be there. So it's a group of folks that the Broad River Keeper will be there as well. Just talking about water and why it's important in different ways that we can affect our water. I will be at the Foothills Farmers Market along with the Master Gardeners, and we will have activities there. I didn't bring my little guys up, but we have coloring pages. My kids were out of school during all that snow and ice, so I made them color some of the coloring pages so that we could show them. But we have a flat Cleveland that the kids can color, put on a popsicle stick, go to these different locations, take a picture with it, and they'll send it back to my email, and we will post them online, kind of showing different spots in our community that are being offered. They're doing water plant tours throughout the week. There'll be a giant, it sounds like, celebration in Kings Mountain at the Gateway Trail. So that'll be at the end of Creek Week, and they'll be doing their Earth Day celebration along with it. Critter Creek's Safari Drop-In at Triple B Vineyard. They will be doing stuff over there, getting into her creeks, looking for macroinvertebrates, looking, they'll have finders that'll be inside of that. We're talking with other folks, like Newgrass does trivia a certain night, and they're going to do a water trivia. We're asking our community for different water questions to go along with that. We have the Wildlife Resource Commission, who is going to come out and possibly do a monitoring spot where they will zap the water in a location, and they'll do a count on the crayfish and some of the fish species in that area, which is a great opportunity. We're looking for partners. We still haven't, we can look up until the end if anybody wants to lead or host an activity throughout. If anybody wants to volunteer, we've been promoting it to schools. Some of the schools are going to go on the field trip to the water plants. But we just want to support a positive conservation message. We want nothing but positive around everything that we do with this. Why our water is important, how we can help protect our natural resource. Thank you for this, but together we can protect our creeks, rivers, and waterways today and for future generations. It only takes a very little bit to help protect some of our natural resources. And I'm the contact. We are a partnership with everybody. I'm just trying to keep everybody together and find it all in one spot so that we can work together for this positive on it. Thank you.
Have any questions or comments?
Sounds like it's going to be a great week. It really does.
Appreciate all you're doing.
Thank you.
Oh, don't go anywhere.
Congratulations. We have one more.
You made me work today. Proclamation for Creek Week 2026. Whereas clean and healthy creeks, streams, and waterways are vital to the environmental health, economic vitality, and quality of life for the citizens of Cleveland County. And whereas local waterways provide essential habitats for wildlife, support recreational opportunities, and contribute to the overall well-being of our communities. And whereas pollution, litter, and stormwater runoff can negatively impact water quality, making community awareness and stewardship critical to protecting these valuable natural resources. And whereas Creek Week is an opportunity to educate residents about the importance of protecting our waterways and to encourage participation in activities such as cleanups, educational programs, and conservation efforts. And whereas Cleveland County is committed to promoting environmental stewardship, sustainability, and responsible use of natural resources through partnerships with local organizations, volunteers, and community members. And whereas the collective efforts of volunteers, students, educators, and community leaders during Creek Week help preserve and protect our waterways for current and future generations. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Cleveland County Board of Commissioners hereby recognizes April 11th through the 18th, 2026 as Creek Week in Cleveland County and encourages all citizens to participate in activities that support the protection and preservation of our creeks, streams, and waterways, and extends their sincere appreciation to all individuals and organizations who contribute their time, talents, and resources to improve water quality and promote environmental awareness throughout our community. Adopted this the 17th day of March, 2026.
Come on. I do. I'm gonna see how many pictures I can make for this day. Oh, I know.
Congratulations. Next, I recognize Greg Freywood for the National Agricultural Week 2026.
Do I get a proclamation too? Thank you, Commissioners.
Had to sign a lot today.
Okay. I'm not going to take up too much time tonight, but I want to just express my personal appreciation for you acknowledging National Agriculture Week. It really is an opportunity for us to reflect and think about the contributions that our many farmers make to our local community and to helping to feed the world. But personally, thanks for appointing agricultural leaders to local boards and committees to help make decisions, for including the farming sector in your considerations about future land use planning, for your long-term support of our farmers markets in Shelby and Kings Mountain, and also your dedication to ag development projects that have really helped to grow agribusiness and expand services to farmers in Cleveland County and the surrounding region. Farmers Market Week started this past Sunday. It extends through this coming Saturday. But really, when you think about, or when I think about agriculture, it's more than just an industry. It's part of the backbone of our local community. And about 1.3% of our jobs in Cleveland County are directly tied to forestry and agriculture. We depend on ag every single day. Sometimes we don't think about the dedication that our farmers have in providing our food and fiber.
We have a video to show.
You have a video? Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Technical difficulty.
That Feature Farmer Friday series is awesome. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch that. I'm just going to share a little bit of information. The best snapshot we have about agriculture is the Ag Census, USDA Ag Census, which is conducted every 5 years. We're scheduled for another one next year. but we look at data comparing 5 years before to 5 years after. So the most recent data we have is from 2022, and we're comparing where we stood then to 2017. Real quickly, during that 5 years, we lost 8,700 acres of farmland. Commissioner Bridges and I talked about this just the other day, and that's lost to development projects and other uses. We had 133 farmers go out of business. We increased the market value of farm products sold by 60% to 215 million, but fertilizer and fuel and everything else was more expensive. We increased sales by 60%, but production expenses increased by 58%. So we've kind of had a standstill there. Even then, when all was said and done, our local farms generated a net cash income of $84 million. I find it interesting, 2/3 of our farming community generate less than $10,000 in sales each year. There are a lot of small-scale farms in the community. We saw a huge increase in agritourism. That revenue increased by 174%. We had a lot of significant growth in the greenhouse, nursery, and floriculture sector. And what we're seeing is our number of female farmers is increasing, and our number of male farmers is decreasing by about the same rate. And we saw several more new and beginning farmers enter the farming sector, and those are people with 10 or less years of production experience. Amanda talked about Creek Week. We've got a lot of exciting things coming up. We're going to be celebrating at the Shelby Farmers Market with free tomato plants, live entertainment, kids' activities, and more. And then our Kings Mountain Hometown Farmers Market set to open on April 25th for our 4th season of operation at our new permanent location. We're going to have free tomato plants there as well, provided by the Cleveland County Farm Bureau Women's Committee. Free Japanese maple seedlings provided by Extension Master Gardeners. We're going to release painted butterflies at 10 o'clock, so don't be late. We've got a hands-on craft activity for our kids and $2 shopping tokens for them. We've got giveaways for kids and adults provided by Albemarle Corporation. And then we're going to be announcing the winners of our kids coloring contest at the farmers market that day. So things are really growing and really developing, and we're looking forward to working to get a pavilion at the Kings Mountain Market just like we have in Shelby. But thank you all for your continued support. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Greg. Any comments or questions?
Just make one comment. I know of one of the commissioners that makes 2 farmers markets every Saturday when they open, and that's Doug.
He gets around.
Yeah.
No farmers, no food.
That's right.
We need to support them. As I've said many times before, when I first became a commissioner, we had over 1,000 family farms. And this is almost 5 years ago. We were down to 872. So next year, we may be down to 800.
Maybe.
Greg, thank you for what you do, and this is the reason a lot of people choose to live in Cleveland County.
You're right.
It's overlooked.
Greg, we appreciate everything you do, and I'm just amazed at how much the Kings Mountain Farmers Market is coming along, and that pavilion will be there before we know it.
Very good.
I think it will. I think it'll come together.
I'm happy to report that I was able to make a new hire within the last month. We've got Morgan Walker. She's an Upper Cleveland County girl. Raymond Walker's her grandfather, so she grew up in the produce business. She's hit the ground running. We had over 50 farmers in the building yesterday for pesticide training. So,
That's awesome.
Thank you for all you do, Greg. She's got a proclamation for you. I'll see you Thursday morning.
Yes.
I'll see you Thursday morning to meet.
okay.
National Agricultural Week 2026. Whereas agriculture is a cornerstone of our county, state, and nation, providing food, fiber, and essential resources that sustain our daily lives and overall well-being. And whereas farmers, ranchers, foresters, and agricultural professionals work tirelessly to ensure a safe, abundant, and affordable food supply while serving as dedicated stewards of our land and natural resources. And whereas the agriculture industry plays a critical role in economic development, supporting jobs, strengthening rural and urban communities, and contributing to the overall prosperity of our region. And whereas Cleveland County is proud of its rich agricultural heritage and remains committed to supporting the farmers, producers, and organizations that help sustain our local economy and preserve our natural resources. And whereas continued advancements in agricultural education, innovation, and conservation practices help ensure the long-term sustainability and success of the industry for future generations. And whereas National Agricultural Week provides an opportunity to recognize the invaluable contributions of those in agriculture and to increase public awareness of the vital role it plays in our everyday life. And whereas it is fitting that we take time to honor and express our appreciation for the individuals and families whose dedication and hard work help feed, clothe, and support communities across our county, state, and nation. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Cleveland County Board of Commissioners hereby recognizes March 15th through the 21st, 2026 as National Agricultural Week and encourages all citizens to join in celebrating the essential role of agriculture and to express their gratitude to those who work diligently to sustain this vital industry, and extends their sincere appreciation to all those involved in agriculture for their commitment, resilience, and lasting contributions to Cleveland County and beyond. Adopted this 17th day of March, 2026.
County not having enough pictures of us.
All right, next item on the agenda is public comment, Madam Clerk.
The public comment portion of a Board of Commissioners meeting is an opportunity for persons wishing to appear before the board to do so. Citizen speakers will be acknowledged in the order in which they signed up to speak and will address all comments to the board as a whole and not one individual commissioner. Speakers will address the board from the speaker's podium at the front of the room and will begin their remarks by saying their name and address. Discussions between speakers and members of the audience will not be allowed. Public comment is not intended to require the board to answer any impromptu questions. Speakers are expected to be civil in their language and presentation and are prohibited from using profanity or making threats of violence or personal attacks against any person. All comments from the speaker shall be issue-oriented and directly related to a subject that the commissioners have oversight and authority. Each speaker is allotted 3 minutes to address the board. A speaker is not permitted to share, reserve, or relinquish any remaining time allocated to them to another speaker. Any comments where the primary purpose is to promote a business or candidacy shall not be allowed.
All right, thank you. First, we have Angelica Haslam. Ms. Haslam.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Angelica Haslam. I do have my minor daughter with me, so I have my license if you'd like to verify my address. I'd rather not state it publicly. But do you want this, Phyllis? Okay. All right. I'm addressing you this evening as a concerned citizen, as a taxpayer in this county, but also as the spouse of someone who is currently employed by this county. I hope that each one of you understands the gravity that it holds addressing you as the latter, for fear of retribution and retaliation that could be made because he is employed by the very county that I'm asking for help. On Tuesday, March 10th, Cleveland County Register of Deeds received a phone call about an alleged threat in the administration building, the very building we are standing in this evening. While the majority of the building was evacuated, one specific department, the Information Technology Department, was never notified. An entire department was left sitting at their desk completely unaware of the danger while the rest of the building was being notified and cleared. This was not a simple clerical error. This was a leadership failure. The county manager notified other two departments that sit right across the hall that my husband is employed by. Sorry. I would also like to state that the first protocol for this significant type of threat is to call 911. Instead, the county register of deeds called the secretary of the county manager first, and then called the administration buildings resource officer who was offsite at the time of the incident. By failing to call 911, the reporting party deprived this building of a professional and coordinated emergency response. Because 911 was not properly utilized, our first responders were not positioned to conduct a standard and a comprehensive sweep. We are incredibly fortunate that March 10th was a false alarm. Had there been an active device, the IT staff would have been left in a dead zone, unnotified by leadership and uncleared by security. Just yesterday, there was a threat at one of our local schools. This incident proved that Cleveland County and its first responders know how to protect and serve this county. A gold standard even. So why was it that the same standard of care was abandoned in this building? I'm asking this board to launch an official investigation into this March 10th incident. The public has a right to know, number one, why was 911 not called? Number two, why was it the IT department that was completely bypassed during the manual notification? And number three, how will you ensure that public safety is a universal mandate and not a selective courtesy? I hope that is this board's unanimous agreement that the county cannot afford the legal or moral liability of leaving employees in harm's way. It is also my hope for myself and for each of you to lead by example, to show the next generation, like my 15-year-old daughter standing there, that just because it's scary doesn't mean you can't have a voice. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Ernest McClooney.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Chairman, Board. Ernest McClooney, I'm the commandant of DAB Chapter 18 out here. I just come by to say thank you for your concern for the disabled veterans of Cleveland County. At this time, we have completed our project, and I just want to let you know that we are grateful to you for the job that you have done in assisting us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. We've all been provided information within that packet. Is there any questions or comments from the board? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? I hear none. All in favor will say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? All right, that motion carries. Next item is the 2025 audit presentation. Mr. Alan Thompson.
Thank you, Chair and Board. In cooperation with TPSA, which is our audit firm that Cleveland County has selected, and the Cleveland County Finance staff, we have put together our 2025 annual report and completed our audit. At this time, I'll introduce Tim Zeng from the audit firm to present to you our audit.
Just wait for you to.
All right, good evening, board. Thanks so much for the introduction. Unfortunately, our engagement partner, Alan Thompson, had a conflict in his calendar, so he sent me here. My name is Tim Zung, CPA, Audit Manager, Thompson Price Scott Adam. Very honored to be here, introduced to the fiscal year 2025 audit result. Before I say anything, I should say that our office still finalizing your audit. Your audit has not been submitted as of tonight. We're just needing several items to finalize the report. That's why you will see the draft watermark on both documents here. But in the coming days, we are striving to submit your audit as fast as possible, working with the finance department. So you have two binders in front of you. The bigger one is the audited financial statements. The smaller one is the presentation summary, which I'm going to use for the vast majority of my speech. If you're kind enough to flip to page 1 of the presentation, it should be a letter form document with our company logo, TPSA. So this is what we call AUC-260 letter. It's the required communication to the Board of Governance at the conclusion of the audit. So we're projecting, although we're still finalizing your audit, we're projecting to issue an unmodified audit opinion on your financial statements, quote-unquote clean report after adjustment and consideration of materiality. It's the highest level of audit opinion you can get as local government, meaning that from those perspectives, we don't have any questions or major problems considering the numbers presented on the financial statements. Page 2 here on the top, under the subheading significant accounting policies, the county has adopted GASB Statement 101 this year. So GASB stands for GASB, Government Accounting Standard Board. It's a federal board that they issue pronouncements and statements from time to time, and they kind of dictates how we treat different aspects of local government accounting. And this year, 101 was adopted. It's called compensated absences. So compensated absences supersede GASB 16, which was issued in 1992. So 16 was addressing the vacation leaves. Whenever you have an employee servicing in your county government, and throughout their service hours, they also earn vacation leaves and sick leaves. So up until this year, we only accrue the vacation leave as part of your long-term liabilities. It's only because upon their departure, we're obligated to pay out a portion of those vacation hours. But starting from 2025, under the guidance of GASB 101, we're required to accrue a portion of the sick leaves as part of your long-term liabilities. And in turn, that reduced your net position, in other words, your net worth. Essentially, you're accumulating more liabilities. So what we did is we conducted an analysis for the past 4 years of historical data, so from 2022 to 2025. And we calculated the percentage of unit-wide, so the whole county as a whole, and we calculated the percentage of sick leaves that employees have been used in those 4 years. And we used that percentage to project in the coming years that they probably will still using the same amount or same percentage of their sick leaves. So that's our calculation method, and that number has been adopted. So down there you can see under subheading those bold headings, we did not encounter any significant difficulties encountered in performing your audit. We have corrected all the uncorrected misstatements through accounting journal entries, and we have provided those journal entries to the finance, and they have accepted and posted those journal entries. We did not have major disagreements with management in performing our audit. We're going to get a management representation letter. The date is unknown at this point. That's why the date is highlighted. This date is normally associated with the report date, which is the date we finalize your audit. So let's say if it's tomorrow, the date will be March 18, 2026. So one thing I should mention that is the normal year, if you have been on the board long enough, the normal audit deadline was October 31st. But starting 2025, they extended the deadline to December 31st. But due to the federal government shutdown for 43 days in 2025, the state has granted a temporary one-time extension to the audit deadline for 43 days. So that brings us to February 12th. And as of now, as we formally said, we're still finalizing your audit. Your audit is considered officially late for submission. Page 3, from top. From time to time, management may consult with other independent auditors or independent accountants. We did not notice none this year. Under subheading Other Significant Matters, Findings, or Issues, we wish to say that the following matters are not constituted as findings, but those are significant enough we feel like to address the board. From the second paragraph under this subheading, the county should ensure the budget for all existing annually budgeted funds are included in the annual budget resolution. The county should ensure the budget is entered into financial software in the same way it was adopted. The county should ensure that our LGC 203 reports, those are your cash reports they do twice a year. You should ensure that were filed timely. The county should ensure that timesheets are signed by all parties are required by the policy. And also, various key process were not completed timely. For example, bank reconciliation to subsidiary ledgers, revenue postings. But those are some of the key year-end financial information that the finance department should take effort to post them in a more timely fashion. So this will constitute as finding 2025-001. And the 2025-002 finding was due to the fact that we're approximately 1 month late after the February 12th deadline. Next one, you will see a finding 2025-003 that was associated with Medicaid. But I should mention that Medicaid program in itself is very complicated. So vast majority of the counties in the states, they will receive a funding on Medicaid annually. The local government, the local government commission in the state will no longer issue what they call unit letters. So if you have been on the board long enough, you should see a letter form from the state directly. They lay out their concerns, they lay out some of the issues they need to respond. About 4 years ago, they changed that strategy into a different initiative. So currently, they created a system online, and after the annual audit, we're obligated to, as serving as your auditors, to key in the key information, and that system will automatically crunch numbers and do their analysis and produce what they call FPSEs. That stands for Financial Performance Indicators of Concerns. I'll address those indicators toward the end of this speech, as there's other things associated with that. Page number 4, from the second to the last paragraph. We're trying to make sure the management and board is aware of the new GASB pronouncements. That's going to take effective for next fiscal year 2026 audit. It's called GASB 103, Financial Reporting Model Improvements. So unlike 101, it changed the numbers in presenting your sick leave. 103 will not change any numbers, but it will add different analysis, disclosures, tax wording into this financial statements. So if you're currently thinking this document is thick enough, next year it's only going to get thicker. So we just want to make sure that everybody's aware that additional time may be needed for this implementation. We're currently under training for GASB 103. Looks like it's going to be a heavy job. Page 5. So it's our customary to present to you the most recent 5 years of key data of your audited financial statements. So from the top, you can see the total fund balance in 2025 for the general fund dropped from 58.5 to 57.4. It's a small decrease. And unavailable fund balance, these are the portion of fund balance that you are not available to budget and appropriate. It increased from $10.7 million to $16.4 million. The general fund expenditures increased from $157 million to $161 million. And I'm going to jump across to the texting wording you see down there. The FEMA fund, which was established in 2025, is a new fund recording the FEMA revenues and expenditures. And FEMA is an organization that, for lack of a better word, their revenues can be a little bit delayed in receiving. So once you request that, it could take years to receive those. So the delayed receiving of those revenues cost and, for lack of a better word, net loss on the FEMA fund. Essentially, you have spent the money this year, but you have not received the reimbursement this year. So that was a $19.4 million loss. Let's go back to the revenue over or under expenditure before transfers. That's why you see under other governments, you have that $20 million loss. It's only due to the timing factor. Well, once you have the reimbursement received from FEMA, I'm sure those numbers will bounce back. But for the general fund, you had a net income of over $1.2 million. And one of the most important factors that LGC consider is the unassigned fund balance as a percentage of general fund expenditures. So you will see there it lands on 13.62%. It dropped from last year 19.27%. This I should mention that due to the FEMA fund issue we just discussed, if we take out the FEMA issue, the number percentage will be 27.14%, so it'll be significantly higher. Down there you can see the comparison between your cash and fund balances. So you will notice that for other governmental, the cash dropped from $129 million to $53 million. I should mention that was due to a factor that in 2024, last fiscal year, you have received some grant money upfront. So we had restricted those money, but those money had not been expended last year. Until this year, we have expended roughly $60 million. So that's why you will see a cash drop from 129 to 53. But otherwise, the fund balance, you can see the comparison. Property tax rate remain the same as last year, 68.75 per $100. Collection percentage increased from last year's 98.28 to 98.46. I should mention that anywhere between 98 and 99, that's very good collection percentage for your property tax. For the total property valuation, it remained roughly the same, $11.3 billion. The levy amount increased a little bit from 77.8 to 78.1. And down there, you can see we're gradually paying out all the debt. That's your long-term liabilities. For all the installment contracts, limited obligation bonds, and all the leases and the IT, those are GASB 87 and GASB 96 liabilities. Next page, on page 6, you can see the breakdown of your general fund revenues and expenditures. For this year, the general fund revenue amounted to $155 million, whereas the expenditures amounted to $154 million. That's why you have a $1.2 million increase in your general fund balance. From page 7, we have several charts and graphs to better illustrate the changes. So those numbers are no longer just flying in the air. You can see the trend and up and downs. So top charts, you can see the analysis of your fund balance. The blue bar shows your total fund balance, and the difference between blue and red, those are the portion of fund balance available for you to budget and appropriate. Down there, you can see the analysis of your fund balance available. So FBA, fund balance available shorts for FBA. This is one of the key factors that LGC consider as in evaluating your financial health. We're currently on a downward trending from the 2023 high to the 2025 low. But again, you should consider this a combination of factors. A major factor was that FEMA fund, once we receive those money, increase our revenue and cash flow. I'm sure those percentage will bounce back. Next page, on page 8, you can see the similar downward trending on your fund balance as a percentage of your general fund expenditures. Also, down there, you can see the analysis of your revenue over or under expenditures. For lack of a better word, if you're a business, we'll call that net income or net loss. So for 2025 fiscal year, you can see the general fund had a net increase, and solid waste had a small decrease on the net position. Page 9, we have two pie charts here to show the difference between cash and fund balances. So you can see the vast majority of your cash are still stored within general fund and other governmental funds. Those are your driving force, those are your construction fund, those are your special revenue funds. For fund balances, vast majority of fund balance are still within general fund, and that is within expectation. Down there, you can see the property tax rate comparison. And compared to the group weighted average, we're still on a high level with 68. The group average is 57. I should mention that the group weighted average is always a year behind. So the state will crunch this data. They want to collect enough audits in the current fiscal year, and they do that analysis and publish this data. So every time we do our presentation, the current year data will always be available, but we're just always a year behind. Page 10 there, you can see the collection percentage compared to the state level. The state average is 99.19%, so we still have room for improvement. Are currently sitting on 98.46%, but still 98, 99, not a big difference. We're still on a high level. Down there, you can see the debt analysis. Vast majority of your debt are showing in green, and that's your installment contracts and your installment purchases. But like I said, we're gradually paying them off within the most recent 5 years. Page 11, you can see two pie charts. And the top charts really shows the importance of your tax collection percentage, as in 50% of your general fund revenue came directly from property tax. And down there, you can see the breakdown of your general fund expenditures: education 24, human services 24, public safety 31, general government 13. These are in line with similar counties with similar revenues and similar sizes. We don't have further comments on these two pie charts. Page 12. So if you have any takeaway from this presentation, it will be this page. So, like I said, LGC stopped initiated what they call unit letters, whereas they use the FPSC and findings to demonstrate their concerns. But this year, you have 2 findings, and for the FPSC, those are one for the reconciliation of records and second one for the late submission of audits. So 60 days away from today, that's 2 months away from today, the Finance Department will issue a formal response to this FPSC, and they will present to the board. That letter need to be signed by all the board members, county manager, as well as the finance director, and we'll communicate the ways and means to how to properly respond those to the state. But that's within 60 days from today. And thanks so much for your time, and any question you may have. Not only tonight, but finance has our contact. Our contact is also in the presentation report. We'll try to find some answer for you.
Does the board have any questions?
Chairman, I have one, make certain that I understand.
Yes, sir.
This correctly. Are you saying at this time that we are late on our submission, or we will be in 60 days?
Correct. So you're currently, as of tonight, you're officially late for submission. We're roughly approximately a month late. So the deadline was extended to February 12th, and we're currently late.
Sure.
Yep.
So David, is there an explanation on why we're a month late?
Thank you, Chair and Board, County Manager.
Let me ask one question before that. So I understood you say it was already a 43-day extension.
Correct.
So we're still late.
Correct. So the 40-day extension extended from December 31st to February 12th, and that's the extended deadline.
Okay, thank you.
So it's a combination of factors in that the way that we worked together with TPSA and the understandings that we had and what we needed to submit at certain times in order to be on time. That was, I guess, a miscommunication or misunderstanding. From the finance department's perspective, we submitted our reports and our information to TPSA as requested and on time. We received several responses from them requesting the same information. And there are certain tasks that we understood would have been completed ahead of time, I suppose, at this time. But I will, as mentioned, within 60 days, present an official response to the findings as presented tonight.
Any other questions? Guess we'll eagerly wait the response. It's not the pleasant place to be. It's not a place I'd like to see us at. So
I guess I understand it's not all our fault, that it's the auditor's fault too, because you said they sent you several information questions and you did not get it in time. So it's not only the county's fault, but it's partially your fault too, so it's a combination of the two.
I should mention that during this part of the speech, we do not point finger at either county or our firm. As a matter of fact, we do not request for same information over and over. If we're requesting for the same item, it's only because the item was not correctly received. So what we received cannot be worked, and we're going to request that again and again. So under normal circumstances, if I request for report A, if we receive the report A, and we'll just work on the report A. So if we did not receive on the report A, we'll communicate back again, hey, we still need report A. Would that be a good explanation for you?
no, it actually sounds like an excuse, but
That sounds like a good excuse.
Well, to say that in a more detailed way, one of the most important thing we need for audit submission and completion is trial balance. So the trial balance is a piece of report that the finance department has to give to us. We do not have the access to that report other than receive those data. So the most useful trial balance we received was approximately a day before deadline. So would that be another explanation?
Day before which deadline? Your deadline or the deadline for
February
LGC?
12th. February 12th.
February 12th.
So you received the trial balance on February 11th.
A useful version of trial balance.
So 42 days past the extended deadline.
That was still within the extended deadline.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
Right.
but it was extended.
It was extended, yes. It should be worth noting that this is one-time extension. They do not plan for extending next year, so next year the deadline will still be December 31st.
Anybody else? We can't solve it tonight, so.
Stands with us this morning.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, sir. David, you feel got anything else?
Yes.
Thanks, sir.
All right, yes, sir. Have a good night.
All right, next item on the agenda is board appointments. We have one board appointment tonight. This is the Board of Equalization and Review. Madam Clerk?
Yes, sir. We have the Board of Equalization and Review. Our tax assessor, Sherry Lavender, has made contact with all of the people who currently serve, which are appointed by you all. She has made contact with all of them, and they have offered to and are willing to apply, and they're in good standard. They are Marvin Hutchins, Keith Miller, Tommy Green, Dennis Martin, Ron Humphreys, Gary Hastings, and Daniel Shires. They are in good standing and still would serve as your representatives on the Board of Equalization and Review unless you want to make any changes.
So if I understand your document, the first five are the board members, and Mr. Hastings and Ms. Shires are alternates.
Yes, sir.
What's the board's pleasure?
Make a motion, we accept them.
Second.
Any discussion? All right, if not, all in favor will say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? All right, the motion carries. If you would inform them all that they've been reappointed.
Yes, sir.
All right, to the end of the agenda, any commissioners have anything to report? Staff?
I would just like to commend the sheriff's department and all our first responders for the situation at Crest yesterday. It just shows they are well-trained and, just well done.
Chairman, just procedurally, the board would want to move to forego the addition to the agenda.
Oh, I forgot that.
That's what it's-
Oh, well, we could go back. Do you
Yeah,
want to do
that's
that, or?
well, she wants to give a report.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot that.
I didn't know.
Let's
if you
finish,
forgot it
let's
or
finish
what.
this and I'll go back.
Okay.
So I wrote it down here and I missed that.
Yeah.
So any other board comments?
Yes, let me make one up there, directed towards David, but the incident at the building has been fully investigated, scrutinized. David, you're on the edge of making a decision on how to respond the next time we get the bomb threat in our building. Is that correct?
Right, or any county building.
Or any county
yeah,
building? So
well,
it has been taken care of.
Yes, whether the individual's in the building or not, the notification will be discreet and to them directly.
Any other board member? Any staff have any comments? All right, so let's go back to the one item that I unfortunately skipped, which was added to the agenda. And this is a report from Animal Services. David, you want to handle this?
I do have Jenna I'll ask the director, she's got the details.
So
Actually,
Jenna, you can come on up.
yeah, that's, tell you that.
Good evening. Thank you for your time tonight.
Hold on. Yes, you good? Yes.
Well, I guess I would just like to share with y'all my account of some recent events and some things that are circulating on social media. Sorry, let me get to my start point here. I'll start where I was apprised of the situation on Sunday, March 15th at approximately 3:50. I received a phone call. The individual was identified as Miss Melissa Marino regarding a possible animal welfare concern involving neonatal puppies associated with the property in Kingston. Melissa reported that a neighbor identified as Josh had discovered approximately 5 neonatal puppies inside a trash container located near the property. She stated the puppies appeared to be approximately 5 days old and were currently in her care at her residence located in Kingston. Specifically her address. If you guys need it, I can provide a copy of this to you. Where she and her neighbor were attempting to provide bottle feeding and supportive care. Melissa advised that the mother dog remained there at her neighbor's, along with approximately 7 additional newborn puppies still present on the property. She described the mother dog as a gray dog known locally as Little Bit. Melissa stated the dog reportedly roams free in the area and has reportedly produced multiple litters in the past. She reported that the puppies currently in her possession were located inside a trash can, and she further stated that the trash bags had been reportedly been placed around the puppies when they were discovered. She indicated she had been informed that officers may have previously responded to the property, although she didn't know whether they were ACE Animal Control or the Sheriff's Department. Melissa stated she'd been out of town at the time that the officer responded. She further advised that the property is believed to be occupied by an elderly female resident, while her nephew, who resides in Forest City, reportedly keeps dogs at the property but does not live there. She also expressed concern that there may be multiple dogs located on the property and possible deceased dog carcasses in the backyard, although this information has not yet been verified by Animal Services. During the call, Melissa provided contact information for the neighbor who reportedly located the puppies in the trash container. This individual was identified as Josh Bird, and his personal information was provided for us to get in touch with him. He's also a past employee of Animal Services. I advised Melissa, based on the information she was sharing with me on Sunday afternoon, that I would dispatch an officer to her Kingston Road residence as quickly as I possibly could. They do work on call on the weekends and work emergencies only, but I'd get somebody out there on Sunday. And I explained to her the officer will assess the condition and numbers of the animals present, attempt to locate these dogs that she was telling me of, and determine whether these neonatal puppies currently being bottle fed by her can be reunited with the dam if appropriate. That's the mother. Melissa was also advised to email me any photographs or documentation she had, since her account of the situation was that someone maliciously had thrown these puppies in the trash. My officer, this was at 3:50, my officer was dispatched. Within the hour, he got to Kingston Road property. He first went to talk to Mr. Bird. No one answered the door. He arrived at the 2004, the lady's property that has the animals there, and spoke to the grandmother who gave permission for him to walk around the whole property, front and backyard. He did not see any dogs or any carcasses. The mother dog seemed that she had named seemed friendly and had gotten loose. She's an escape artist. He observed 2 other dogs there on the property, another female and a male. When he asked about the dead puppies being in a trash bag, she stated, the elderly lady, stated that some of the puppies may have been dead, and she thought they were, and she put them in a trash bag. Not sure if the grandmother or someone else put them there. The grandmother's got different stories. So after talking to the grandmother, he could not discern whether or not the puppies were put in the trash bag. And so at that time, he had other emergency calls coming in. There were no puppies in a trash bag. The puppies that were there were in the doghouse with their mother. So he completed his call there and documented what he found and left the call open for us to go back the next day and find out what was going on there, since they only work emergency calls on the weekend. So the next day, which would be Monday, March 16th, I responded to the residents regarding the ongoing investigation with the puppies. This was a follow-up to the previous call that my officer had been out on Sunday. I approached the residents, made contact with the adult elderly female who identified herself as the property owner. I advised her that we'd been notified of the situation involving the newborn puppies and that they had been placed in a trash can. I informed her that officers had located the puppies and determined that several of them were alive, in fact alive, and I explained to her that placing live animals in a trash container could and would constitute felony animal cruelty under North Carolina law. During the conversation, the individual there stated she'd been told by a family member that the puppies were believed to be deceased when they were placed in the trash can. She stated that her family member had informed her that the puppies appeared dead when the dog delivered them. Ms. Truesdale further stated she was not aware at the time that the puppies had been placed in the trash receptacle or when or how they had gotten there. She did describe the dogs that were in the backyard and that 2 of them had recently given birth. You can see how convoluted this story is getting. So I informed the lady there that the surviving puppies were currently being bottle fed and were not doing well without their mother. I advised her that due to the circumstances surrounding the puppies being placed in the trash receptacle, the convolution of the facts, criminal charges would not be pursued at this time. However, I advised her that Animal Services would accept the voluntary surrender of the mother so the dog could receive veterinary care and be reunited with the surviving puppies in an attempt to improve their chances of survival, their newborns. She agreed voluntarily to surrender the dog to Cleveland County Animal Services, and I obtained the identification from her, as we do with everyone else who decides to own or surrender an animal. Got that documentation. I told her, we'll be back later in the week to check the housing on the other animal that she was trying to keep up. And I impounded the dog and took it to the animal shelter, where I thought that we would, and that what brings me here to this evening. There was a discrepancy once I got back to the shelter with the mother dog. They're in question, her pups are, I guess, what's in question here tonight. We were trying to reunite the mother with the puppies that Melissa Moreno had advised me of on Sunday afternoon, but she wouldn't bring them to me. And now I'm told that the puppies, 2 of them, may have passed away, and I think that it's important that this board know that we would not condone that. At Animal Services, we work really hard to make sure that we do our due diligence to the citizens of this county. And I want to make sure that that's clear and answer any questions or information about anything circulating on Facebook that y'all might know about. And I can tell you, when I got back there to the shelter, Miss Moreno and another individual was there, and flat out refused to bring those puppies up to the shelter. And at this point, this was Monday. To this, I think several of them have passed away, and I haven't heard from them. They will not respond to us, and I want to get in front of it and answer any questions y'all might have about that information circulating on Facebook or any social media outlet.
Dave, you anything else? Does the board have any questions?
Can I ask one?
Sure.
I promise I'll make it short. On all these incidents you're talking about, is there body cam footages, or everybody have body cams on?
There is body cam footage on all of it, even the interaction between me and Miss Marino.
Any other board questions? All right, Jenna, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
So, board, if you have any follow-up questions, direct those to Dave. All right, with that, so we've already had comments. We're at the end of the meeting. So the next meeting of the Cleveland County Board of Commissioners will be held Tuesday, April the 21st, 2026, here in the chambers at 6 p.m. With that, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is there a second? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Anyone